All right. Thank you again. Take two. I am grateful that you're here. Before I jump into anything else, thank you for joining me. I did post a poster about Betty George coming on. And I don't know if you caught me on a few moments ago. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties, as sometimes happen with these lives. And I was talking about how I met Betty, which was on Facebook on Abraham Hicks page, and then we were both familiar with the teachings, and then we found out we were both from the same island, Trinidad, and so we bonded. And Betty had a company, or has a company, I'm sorry, I said that earlier too, has a company, Wellbeing Addict, and so she kind of took me on and hired me to help her with the promotions. I don't know, some of you guys have been with me since then. This is about 5 or 6 years ago, which opened up and broadened my experience with social media and sales and online sales. And she encouraged me. um, I'm laughing because I had my shirt on that said I am energy, that I made, and I learned how to do that through Betty, working for her. But now she is into a lot more things than I can remember to mention here. I know one of them is Airbnb, and it was something that I was very interested in as well. And it seems our paths are linked. And so I asked her to come on and share some of her entrepreneurship that she has learned in her journey with us. And maybe something will trigger for us and help us right now. All right, so bear with me a few moments. Okay, Betty, if you can hear me now, if you say hi in the comments, I will be able to bring you on. I'll say hello, not demo. Happy Saturday, everybody. All right, I can see that there she is. All right, we're going to bring on Betty. Drum roll. And there it goes. Hello.
Oh, hi.
That's how the technology is sometimes. It go, we sometimes I've had to try 3 times until it works good the first, for us to have the interview. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. I'm doing
Yes.
fabulous. Thank you.
Oh man,
I
thank
appreciate
you too for coming. I was just telling some of my friends, whether they're listening now or later, how we met. And we originally met on the Abraham Hicks page. And it was something like in our comments or whatever, we started talking and then found out we were both from Trinidad. Yep. I
Yes,
found out we were
yes.
both from Trinidad. And then I was interested in t-shirts at the time, and you were selling t-shirts, cups, reflectors, dashboard reflectors. And I was so inspired because that's what I wanted to do. And here you were, and you were needing some assistance. And so you had brought me on. And doing that with you helped me so much. It's so funny because I had my shirt on that I made because of my experience. I was telling everybody with you. Then I broke off into my own too and started doing that and just inspiring people from a long time ago. So I wanted you to come on and share some of the things. Go ahead and introduce yourself and who you are, and tell us a little bit about who you are.
Okay, I'm happy to. So my name is Betty George, and I'm originally from Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
Yay,
Yeah,
Trinidad.
tribute to the road.
House. More than anything else, that's what caused us to
Yes.
bond, from being from Trinidad and being here in the United States, and
And both loving
the journey.
Abraham, who was like, yeah, that's a
Yes,
cousin. Yeah, I remember.
yes, 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 yes. Um, so at that time when we met, I think it was 2016,
Yeah,
was
it was a
it?
while.
Yeah, I had just started this company called Wellbeing Addict.
Mm-hmm.
And well-being addict is just what it means, being addicted to well-being, that state of mind. And all stem from that spiritual path that we were on, the spiritual journey, seeking to learn more, understanding that we create our reality.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how our relationship
Yes,
started and budded from there. Yeah, it's been a beautiful
it
journey.
has.
Done lots of other, but
It
yeah.
has. It has for me too. And so I was saying that you're still working on the well-being addict, but right now that you're doing the dashboard reflectors, if you could explain to someone who's never heard of what a dashboard reflector, what is that?
Okay. So the dashboard reflector, what it is it's not mine. Let me say that up
Yeah.
front. That's something that we got from Abraham. I went on one of Abraham's
Yeah.
cruises, and got this. I think it's just called a reflector.
Okay.
And what it is on the dashboard of your car, and as you drive, it's reflected out. But what I call it more than anything else is a gentle reminder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a gentle reminder sometimes to get back on that path, or just to understand that all is well no matter
Mm-hmm.
what. And the beautiful thing, it reflects just when you need it. It's not always there reflecting in your face. So sometimes you may think, oh no, that could be a distraction in driving. Not quite from the truth. It reflects just when you need it at the time.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful,
Yeah.
Um, so the one that we had gotten from Abraham was things are always working out for me. But I added the word magically because magically has been a word that I have coined. It's not mine, but it's a word that resonates
Like
with
all things
me for
possible
most of
for
my
me. Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
That's the way things work. And we may think it's magical. That's from the outside looking
Mm-hmm.
in. But for us on the inside, it's not magic because it's a
It's
mindset,
alignment,
you know.
synchronicity working out. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, we trust that things are going to work out. Nothing else is an
Yeah.
option. But keeping the faith as we would normally
Yeah.
put it, and things just work out. So I just love to say things are always magically working out. So that's the dashboard reflective that I have. One of them that I do have, but I do have four, and they also sell on
Yes.
Amazon.
I remember that's where, yeah,
Okay.
where I was helping you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes,
I
yes,
want to
yes.
add into,
And
I'm
one
sorry, go ahead. No, no, go ahead.
Yeah, one of it is I revel, I think I revel in my sweet spot in anticipation. I
Yeah.
remember exactly the term. I guess a little
Yeah.
nervous. And yet
No,
I
don't
love
be
my
nervous.
mastery of trust, knowing
Yes.
well. Um, and just these are just gentle reminders and mantras more than anything
So that's
else.
what I wanted to
So,
to talk about too. Like, cause
mhm,
the live I did earlier, speaking with B, he's a musician. We were talking about how when you affirmations is a way of embedding the belief within you. So as you believe, it becomes a part of you. It becomes natural way of thinking. If it's something that you're not ordinary, if you're always saying life is so hard, but you want to look at life and you want a better life.
exactly,
And the best thing to change, well, one of the suggestions would be to change to like things are always working out for me. That's so much easier. No
exactly.
matter how it works out, it's working out for me and my benefit. So with the dashboard reflector, what I love about it, because you had sent me some when I was there with you too, and in my move I've misplaced some, and some is probably in my storage. But what I loved about it too, like you said, as with affirmations and as with music and as with any tool, there's sometimes you need a drilling. And there's sometimes you need a loving. Sometimes your parents have to yell and get for you to get, and sometimes they tell you lovingly and you get it. And the dashboard reflector kind of reminds me of that lovingly kind of gentle thing. And like you said, it's there.
Exactly.
So it becomes a part of your vision almost, and you're not even paying attention. But when you like all of a sudden you're going and all of a sudden this thing reflects in you, and it's like things are, oh, that's right. Things are, it has become my mantra that I literally look at seriously life that way. There are times where I get down, there are times where I feel, the low frequency. But the
Yes.
majority of my vibration now has been everything is always working out for me. So even when I don't have or I
Yeah,
feel a lack of, there's a deeper peace because I have trained my belief into knowing everything is always working out for me until
exactly.
death. So I love that. The dashboard reflectors,
Exactly.
and I have, let me see real quick if I can look right here. Oh, I should have pulled it out. I have my shirt, but they see me with it all the time because it's a blue one. I cut up my
Hmm.
t-shirts now, but I have it cut up, and the one that says I'm always creating by my belief. What was it, that one?
I all beliefs, new beliefs that serve me.
Yes.
That's another.
Yes. And
Yes.
that was so,
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I love that. I remember when you first, I wore that shirt all the time. I love that shirt.
Yes.
So yeah, that
Yes.
encouraged me to do shirts too, and I started creating my own little all things possible. Like how magical is your word? All things possible has been that word that sets the frequency for my experience.
Yeah. I want to tell you a little
Yeah.
story. When was it? I think it was okay. So it's February, March. Might have been early March or late February. Someone did buy a dashboard reflector from Amazon,
Hmm.
right? And she called me to tell me that I think I want to return it. It doesn't work anymore. I say, okay. you know, I said, that's fine. And I appreciate you calling me to let me
Mm-hmm.
know. And I'll be happy to refund you. But let me tell you what actually happened. It never stops working. You're the one who stopped seeing it.
Yeah, that's the, yeah,
Okay. And that's the
yeah,
truth. I said, probably, I don't know exactly what's going on, but you have stopped seeing it because where it's placed, it's always reflecting. And depending on when you look and how you look and what's going on, you will see it. But you're not in that place to
oh,
see it. That's all that
yes,
is. I'll send you money, I'll refund you. But I want you to change your mindset that you're going to see it just on time and when you need it and lovingly see it and feel
yes.
it, you know. And she called me back to tell me, you were right. She started seeing it again and she
That's
loves it.
so
Uh,
funny to me because, first of all, like the dashboard promised to bring, that's hilarious. But the awareness that she got a chance by doing that to see that sometimes, and that's so true. We already know we talked about this. I know we both believe this, but in case somebody needs to be reminded, and the time I need to be reminded again, is that the answers a lot of times for what we're looking for is right in front of us, but you change your focus.
yes,
You change your focus.
exactly.
Yeah, and these things and
Exactly.
people are put in our place to remind us. Yeah.
Exactly. And that also relates to when you misplace something.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. But when you focus on the absence of it, you cannot find it.
Yes.
You would not see it.
Yes.
Release it and you decide, okay, I'm going to release it. It's going to,
It'll
I'll see it
show
in due
up, and
time.
yeah, yeah.
And it's going to be right there under your
Yes.
nose
Yes. And most of the time you're like, oh
all
my
the
gosh,
time.
either I look there all the time or I forgot I said I was gonna put it right there. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Yeah, you got to release
Yeah.
it, and you cannot focus on the absence. As long as you focus on the
Yeah.
absence, you're not going to find it,
Yeah.
and
That's true.
but it's learning to get to that mindset, learning to get to the mindset to understand that, okay, I'm not going to focus on the absence. I'm going to release it, and in due time, it would reveal itself to
Yeah.
me. But training, this is things that you got to train yourself to
That's
do.
another thing that we were
And
talking about this morning. I'm sorry to interrupt you again, but that is something to be the way that you learn to be these things is to by being aware of it when it's happening and when it's lack of. And most of the time, you realize the lack of it happening when you're
yeah,
seeking for it. So, and the way I, if you agree, or if you have another suggestion as well, the way I see it as learning is becoming aware of it and then consciously choosing to say, okay, like affirmations or whatever work form, whether it be writing, praying, meditating, coloring, music, whatever, the billions of ways there are out there that you can help change your thoughts. Use them and change your thought to the pattern that you want to. The thing is, people think when I mess up, I'm not doing it. But if we can
mhm,
realize that in our messing up, we are doing it because we're learning what is not. This morning, um, it became clear again to me. You never know what light is until you're in a dark room because this is natural.
exactly.
This is all natural. But now let it get dark. We'll be like,
Yes,
now you know what darkness is and why light is so good. So you have to be
exactly,
okay with yourself too. When you think you're messing up, it's not really messing up. You're learning, and we learn by
exactly, exactly.
experience. So Betty, really quick too, to jump on. I know that I had mentioned that you were doing. I know Airbnb. There's a couple and a lot of things that you're doing right now too, besides just
Yeah,
the Amazon thing. Is there? Can you tell me a little bit about the Airbnb? Because I was also so interested in doing that to hold retreats at
yeah, yeah,
Airbnbs.
yeah.
What I would love to
Okay,
do.
so a couple years ago, decided to do real estate investing,
Okay.
right? So as a student, I mean, oh my God, I was getting all sort of information. I was a
Yeah.
junkie just for all information on the different aspects of real estate
Yeah.
investing. And then after decided, okay, plus I had a full-time
Yeah.
job, okay?
Um,
But I realized that the thing to get involved faster was the Airbnb.
okay.
So I'm the type I jump in, it's all or nothing,
Yeah.
right? So I decided to do the rental arbitrage. So what that is, you don't necessarily have to own a home in order to do Airbnb. You can rent a place to do your Airbnb. But you have to get permission from the owners. You got to speak to the owner and whatnot, and got to be in a place where it's
Yeah.
okay to
Yeah.
do it. So a friend and I, we decided to do it together. But she eventually realized that that was not her thing,
Okay.
you know. But I've been in service care industry for many years, being a cosmetologist, educator, and different things. So I've always been used to dealing with,
Yeah.
customers. Customers wasn't a problem. So we got the place and whatnot, put it together, and then I was the one who basically was dealing with the clientele. So she eventually decided, okay, this is not my thing, Betty. This is more your
Yeah.
stuff. So we parted, but I continued. But I was set on giving the best service because everything for me has to be like a 5 star. I'm an
Yeah.
overachiever.
Yes. Yes.
Good on that thing. So in terms of the way that I put the place together, I put the place together as if it was for
Yeah.
me. It's a 2 bedroom condo, and I put it together as if it was for me. So meaning all the details,
Mm-hmm.
I have martini glasses, champagne glasses, wine glasses, the bar section,
Yeah.
different things, the pot set, just nicely done, the small things.
Yeah.
So able to maintain and become a super host because of the reviews I've received for the details and in terms of the cleaning and everything else. Everything is
So you
just, I
offer
mean,
Airbnb there in the state where you are, or is it how?
yes, yes, yeah, right here,
And what
right
state are
here.
you in
It's not too
again?
far.
Tell everyone again, what state are you?
I'm in North
North
Carolina,
Carolina. Okay.
North
And so
Carolina,
2 bedroom
and
Airbnb at the moment is what you have, but you're expanding more?
oh yes, 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 yes. I do plan to expand and have a few more
Okay.
soon. I'm looking at some shortly, but COVID happened immediately when
That's
we
right.
started. But we were blessed that it, it affected it some because there were a lot of
Yeah.
cancellations. But we were still able to
Oh,
do well. I'm still able to do well and still doing well. Like
that's
I just had to
great.
get some.
Yes.
In terms of learning all the things, I studied a lot of the different, I mean, videos and all the different stuff for a long, long time to learn the steps, all the things. So self-taught.
Okay.
So um, I learned a lot of that because I do have some business sense in terms of some of the work that I do,
Mhm.
in terms of managing and everything, and the technology and different things. It was pretty easy in terms of being able to manage all of it. So now I'm about to launch also a website offering the service to people, homeowners who would like to transition from the normal leasing
Mhm.
to Airbnb,
Okay.
because I now know the steps from A to Z.
Well, I will be
I
contacting you
wrote
off
a
of
book.
the video because that is something I am so interested in. Now, do you only do in your
Okay,
state
awesome.
or any state?
Okay, so I can help in
Nice.
any state I can help the person walk through. But one of the other things that I'm doing also, but it'd have to be here because it would be difficult to finish the place. I can also give a do turnkey, meaning I can finish their place completely,
Okay.
completely, and just hand over. Well, not even hand over anymore because nobody uses the keys,
Yes.
all
Yes.
digital,
Yes.
right? But I can do the whole step for them, finish it, because I have everything. I've been purchasing stuff and accumulating stuff for my places that I'm going to have also, but I can also
So somebody,
do that
yeah.
for
Oh, that's
everybody.
so nice. That's so cool. I will be reaching
Yeah,
out to you. I know we talked about it a little bit,
yes,
but then, like you said, the COVID thing happened, and I know everything was kind of put on hold and stuff like that. But that was something
yes,
that I've always feel passionate. You know that like I would love to have retreats in
yeah,
Airbnbs, and I would
yeah,
love to have my own Airbnbs one day.
yeah, yes, 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 you
Yeah,
can. And you can start. I'll tell you all the steps, things that you need to do to get started. I'd be happy to share with
that's
you.
awesome. I will.
Um, the name of my Airbnb is Comforty Casa.
Okay.
So you can see all the reviews. I mean, I put my heart into it because I treat people the way I want to be treated. Has always been my
Yeah.
philosophy. So in terms of the customer service, the way they meet the
I feel
place,
one of the things in the islands that we're really big on is hospitality and how we treat guests, no matter
that
who and the culture in
exactly.
the island itself. Like I've gone to all the different cultures and everybody's very big on hospitality. So I think that's That's what they
Yes,
can expect
yes, yes,
from you.
yes.
So you'll put the link to that on here too, because I remember I think you have a link that if they want to
Okay,
find the reviews and find how to get you to get a hold of it,
yeah,
they can do that too.
definitely.
Is there anything else too? I know I thought there was something else too that we did talk about that you were getting ready to bring to the table, or not yet? Not yet. I think that
I
might
could
be
just
that. I think
think
it was the Airbnb, and then that you had your reflective boards and stuff like that still going on right now too.
the Airbnb was one, and the launching of offering the
Oh
services.
yes, that's what it. Yeah,
That I not
how to do that.
quite finishes, but that would be short-term rentals and vacation management. That would be it, and that would be offering the different services. That's one. Um, there are lots of other things. I'm just
So are you
excited in
showing
terms of
people
creating
how to
stuff.
do that? Like if somebody wanted to reach out to know how to do that more, they can reach out to you for your services, or do they reach out to you?
Yeah,
Okay, okay. I just want to make sure that they're connected. They can reach out to you to also find out about the Airbnb that you have to offer, and also that the services that if they need to know more, you are offering a way to help them, find more information.
yeah, yes, yes.
Okay.
People who are homeowners, or if not, if they're not homeowners and they can find a place that they want to do the Airbnb, we can do a consultation and make sure that the place is in the
Yeah.
ideal spot, because of the
Yeah.
things that make the difference in terms of being a successful,
Okay.
um, host or not.
Okay.
So, places, everything where it is, cleanliness, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It makes a difference because you're at different levels. If you want to be the
Yeah.
so there are different things. Not for me, it's really offering service and love, because people feel the love when they come in their
Yeah.
place, depending on
When you
how
live
time you
your
take
life,
to
yeah,
get.
they can feel that from you.
Yeah,
I want to ask you, I don't
yes.
know why it just came. I'm looking at you and I hear very loudly to ask you, what book are you reading now?
Oh, girl. So
That's so
all my
funny.
books, audio books I'm listening now. Right now I do a lot of Joe
Love
Dispenza,
Joe
Dr.
Dispenza. I have his
Dispenza.
book close by here, and Bruce Lipton too.
Yes, 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 yes. I'm into them. Um, I know that I just wrote it down, but I have not gotten it as yet. It's called the 5 a.m. Club.
I've heard of that.
I've
Yeah.
listened to a few
Yeah.
interviews, but that's on my list to get his book, because I do wake early in the
Me too.
morning and I do things. I'm up before
Yeah.
5. So I wanted to see exactly what are some of the routines, because some of the things I've listened to the interview that he does, I already
Yeah.
do. So I'm always on the path, trying to go to the next level, things that would facilitate, make it a little bit
Yeah.
easier to get mastery. I'm far from mastery, but that's what you're supposed to be striving
Yeah,
for,
I think
to
I've
make things.
learned and I'm looking now to realize too, once you're on this path of like just self awareness and like you said, self mastery, meaning that we're realizing either
Yeah,
things that we've been doing for decades, years, months, or weeks is not working
yeah,
and we want to switch it, and you're
ex-
intentionally moving in that direction to learn new ideas, new tips, new tools, new different things out there. Once you're moving in that
yeah.
direction, you're going to elevate too, and that is the path. I think that doesn't stop until you're not breathing anymore. Because my grandmother's
No,
80
this,
something years old and she's still teaching and learning on her bed.
yeah. You never get it
Yeah.
done. You never get it done. It's always evolving, always learning. There's this other podcast I joined a friend with on a Saturday morning. It's called the Frequency
Oh, you can
Forum.
put that on the link too then so people can find that podcast.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yes, yes, the Frequency Forum. But also, I do plan. Okay, so it took some time for me to realize that, okay, I can share. Okay,
I'm not allowed.
I felt
I'm sorry.
you had,
No, go
pardon?
ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I felt that before in my head, you had to be an expert and all sort of stuff in order to do things. But I realized, no, you can be on the journey and hold the light, and whoever it resonates with
Oh,
can join you
beautiful.
as you, but
Yeah.
still, you have to be
Yeah.
perfect. And a friend helped me to see that, and I decided, okay, because we started in 2016 when I started
Yeah.
well-being addict, and then sort of life happens, as we know it, and I got off track, and I said, no, I need to actually be on the path of master it before I get back to it. But I got up just this morning and I was listening to some recordings that I
Mm-hmm.
did 2016, 2017. And I'm like, oh, girl, you've been talking and trying to do this a long time. It's okay. You can get back on the path.
Mm-hmm.
And realizing that, okay, it's okay to backslide, but what makes the difference is as you evolve in is how fast you get up and how fast you pivot and understand, and you don't stay in that place for long, because the more you stay off path, you build momentum in the wrong
Yes, and it
direction.
happens to everybody. Don't beat yourself up
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
exactly. So understanding it's okay, and not beat yourself up about it. That's one of the good things. And you soothe yourself and it's okay, pick yourself up and you keep it
Yeah.
moving and try to get them on the right direction. We were having a discussion and I realized I was triggered by something. You from the Caribbean, you from Trinidad, you understand. And we were talking about something, and I remember an experience I had when I went to the embassy to get a
Mm-hmm.
visa. And I realized I was triggered slightly, because I know of so many people, the experiences and whatnot, but I remember the attitude that I had that was able to build my momentum in the right direction. I had a positive experience, and I remembered all the other people who didn't. And then I had to soothe myself and say, okay, buddy, no, 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 no. So it's the self-awareness more than
It is.
anything,
Yeah.
Prudence.
I know. I look at it too, and
It's,
I'm like, I remember as a little girl walking in Trinidad, wondering what it would be like to live in America. Like, I remember if I close my eyes, I can still see
yeah,
my footstep on the grass walking and thinking, what would it,
okay,
not realizing now that I was in a form, like you said, sending out that manifestation for that to
yeah,
happen. So we've been doing it before we have these, what they're calling awakened stages.
yeah,
You're always been awake. It's just you're more aware now. Right? Because if you're
exactly,
breathing, you're awake.
exactly,
But we're more aware now. And I love that you just said and pointed out too that um, even when you have those ones you say you feel like you fell off of it for a little while, but then you look back and you realize you've been on it this whole time. You haven't really been off. You
yeah,
just took a rest because you probably needed to rejuvenate that. But when we
exactly,
look and we're like, oh, wait, I'm not here because we set a goal or a destination to be that. I'm not there yet. We feel like we're slow and we're slacking it. But I think now, too, we're coming to a realization about time, the illusion within the time, and also that all of this is an experience. And even when you get to that goal, one of the things, our favorite things, I heard you said earlier, too, one of our favorite things from one of the teachers that we listened to says, is that you never get it done, and you don't worry, you have to worry about perfecting it, because every time you think you
exactly,
reach that destination, there's going to be something more you want to create.
exactly,
You might so
exactly,
be at peace, because on your way to creating it, at some point you're going to die. You're going to leave this flesh, so it's never going to get done. Even if you're 80 years old, you're going to say, okay, I can rest. Nope. You're going to want to farm. You're going to want to either clear up your yard, you're going to want to build this for the grandkids. It's never going to get done.
yeah,
And you don't
yeah,
have to worry about perfecting it, because you're not trying to make the A list to get into heaven. You're not trying to make the
ex-
best list. So I also love that you said if you backslide. I haven't heard that word in such a long time. But if you mess
yeah,
up, or you backslide, or you feel you mess up, it's okay to rest and get back up and go again.
yeah,
I love that. I'm going to
yeah,
leave us with that word, because I think that's a really good thought to be left in for today. And also, I would like to ask you if you would leave the links to your podcast, to your Airbnb, and they know they can click
yes,
on your name. If you wanted to just send a personal message to ask a question, you can reach out to Betty. You guys, this is Betty George,
yes,
my
yes,
friend.
yes,
My friend,
yes,
thank
sweetheart.
you so much for coming on and sharing some of your journey with us.
Thank
Yes,
you. I
I
appreciate
love you. I know
you.
we're not done working together yet either. You said it too before.
No,
We're
we're
not
not.
done yet. We have more to do.
There's a lot. There's a
So,
lot. There's a lot for us
yeah,
to do.
I really
But
am
in the
going to
past,
reach out to you about the Airbnb, because that is something that I'm working to start creating to start for next year too. So we're going to talk soon, okay? So I
oh,
can get on it.
okay.
All
Okay.
right. Enjoy
Thank you
the
so
rest of your
much.
weekend. I
Oh,
love you.
I
All
love you
right.
too. Okay, ciao.
Oh my goodness. As usual, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. There was a lot of good nuggets in there. I hope that you were able to get some of them. One of the things I think that stuck out to me the most about this, there was a lot, but one of the things that stuck out to me the most is that today, between the both conversations with B and with Betty, hey, I didn't even check out B Bradley Betty. But one of the things or some of the things that stick out the most to me is that we feel we do need to be at a destination by a certain age, culture, whatever time period or category we put ourselves in. And if we're not there by that time, we feel that we're slacking, we're not doing something right, we're wrong, we've made a messed up choice, or but we're really where we're supposed to be. And that can be kind of annoying when you feel stuck in a place that you don't want to freaking be at. But think about times where you were in a place that you wanted to be and it felt good, and you look back and you're like, damn, that bullshit helped me be able to enjoy this moment even more. And it's the same thing that's happening right now. If you are in a space where it feels like it's bullshit, you're going to look back. And even if it's in death, you'll look back and say, oh shit, that made me better for now. I really believe that. So I want to just encourage you guys to be easy on yourselves today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you. Thank you for taking time for looking at the video, for commenting, for sharing, for being who you are, and accepting me as I am. All right. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.